following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is NAPA Fan here, and this is race number 5 in season number 7 of the NRLOA Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the California Speedway under the lights for the first time this season, racing on a Friday night. First time we've done that in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series in quite some time, but we're here for the NAPA Auto Parts 400, a 40-lap race around this 2-mile racetrack in Fontana, California. And this race is going to be much more interesting than last week's race at Riverside. That one wasn't the best of races, but this one, it's going to be better. I can promise you that. We got a lot of interesting storylines coming into this race as well, and especially on the rookie side of things, because we got a rookie leading in the points, and Brad Stover, the number 99, has done a fantastic job this season. He took the points lead away from Ace Garcia in the last race here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Ace Garcia, who was the points leader heading into Riverside, ended up crashing out in that race. And because of that, he now sits 5th in the points standing. So a lot happened in that Riverside race. But on top of that, Justin Roberts won. And that was Justin Roberts' first win since the Turkey Hill Series at Talladega in season number 2. That was October of 2015, so he just broke a 2.5-year winless streak last week in that Riverside race. So another congratulations to Justin Roberts. He starts 12th here today. Let's go ahead and give you guys the point standings coming into today's event. It is Brad Stover up top the points, 138 for him. Cody Sill is 3 points behind. John Stewart is 9 points behind. He's the highest winner in the field so far this season in the 04. Got the win at Las Vegas. Roger Ray, 12 points behind, and Ace Garcia fell to 5th in the points, 18 points behind coming into today's event. Let's go ahead, get this race started. The NAPA Auto Parts 400. Let's head trackside for the command to fire the engines here at California.
Drivers, start your engines!
And a great command there to fire these guys up for the 5th race of the season, the NAPA Auto Parts 400. It's going to be a 40-lap race here today around the California Speedway. And Matthew Phillips, rookie driver, fastest time in qualifying yesterday in the number 33. He's alongside the Season 5 winner of this event, Ryan Madden, and he won this event the only time it was run during the day. So, under the lights, he's never won it before, but during the day he has when he was a full-time driver in Season 5. He's an uncharted driver this season, got the hot seat for Friesen Motorsports this weekend, qualified his way in. And I mentioned this yesterday when we had Uncharted qualifying, that the two guys who qualified on of the Uncharted drivers have both won this race before. Ryan Madden and the other driver, Alex Bonsignor. So I watch out for those Uncharted drivers here in today's event. No question, John Arts won a Turkey Hill Series race here before. He's alongside the defending champion of Elijah Gordon in a pretty good-looking NOS Energy number 5. Ace Garcia looking to regain his points lead. He is 5th on the starting grid alongside Christian Vargas. I believe that's his best starting position so far this season. Jordan Carter in the 26 alongside Jay Jefferson in the 16. Couple of teammates there for Dirk Motor Racing. And it's Julio Caesar and the number 7 of Andrew Miller, the top 10 starting positions here at California. There's our last winner. He got a win in California at Riverside last weekend. Justin Roberts starting 12th in the number 83. Make sure everybody's rolling off, and they are. And a lot of the veteran drivers in this race, especially the long-time veterans, are starting deep in the field for this one. So we'll see what they can do, see if they can work their way from the back to the front in this one. It's going to be crazy. 3 and 4 wide. It's going to be constant throughout the day. Let's get it started. We're Green Flag Racing here at California. Titan Fury Motorsports and their driver, Matthew Phillips, leads lap 1 here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400. And he pulled out to a rather significant lead there at the start. John Arndt taking second from Ryan Madden. Madden was able to hold the outside there pretty well. And he's going to file in for third in the Friesen Motorsports 85. Julio Cesar, Diego Yepes almost had a major accident entering turn 3 of that last lap. But fortunately, he kept it together there with Justin Roberts. He's in the top 5 right now, running 5th. Jordan Carter is in the 6th position. Here comes Ryan Madden for 2nd. On the 05 of John Arndt, not going to get there, and Matthew Phillips will lead lap number 2. So, pretty calm start. That's a good one. In the Turkey Hill Series race yesterday, we had a crash on the first corner of the race. So, good to see these guys make it cleanly through the start of this one. How about Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9? Now, I think I mentioned this in qualifying, and it was a while ago. Back when we had the original Chick-fil-A Cup Series, he got the win in that one, and we had a crash. 54 of Nathan Stapleton. Both of the Friesen Motorsport full-time drivers involved. Ace Garcia again with heavy damage to the 92. And his teammate, Alexander Rowe, is all torn up as well. And Stapleton, we saw him down the pit lane. John Arndt won the race back to the line in the 05 for Trailblazer Motorsports. And we're going to have another issue. Into the outside wall hard. Stuart Gratton, Aaron Walpole on the cool-down lap. They couldn't figure it out. What a shame. Hergel Arvin Alonso, Stuart Gratton, Jake Jefferson in the 16, and Aaron Walpole in the 34, and that's what happens when you go 4 wide through a corner. Half the time it does not work here at California, and it did not work there, and a lot to review here. So we got Nathan Stapleton down the pit lane with heavy damage, and both of the Friesen Motorsport drivers, with the exception of Ryan Madden, who is the uncharted driver for that team. He's still out there, but the other two massively torn up in an accident, and I believe their chances of winning are going to end with that one. They're coming down the pit lane. We'll see if anybody stays out here. This is usually a time where we see guys stay out, an early caution, but does not appear we're going to have that. So everybody coming down. This is going to be for the lead when we restart after we review the crashes that brought up the first caution here at California. So the 05 of John Arndt, first down the pit lane. He's going to gas and go, and he's going to be the first driver off the pit lane. Zachary Fitzwater, Julio Cesar, Diego Yepes, and Jordan Carter, the top 5. And it'll be the 05 leading the field to green when we restart here at California. But first, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the caution here for the first time in the NAPA Auto Parts 400. And here is what happened to initially bring out the caution. Nathan Stapleton in the 54. I mean, this is a very, very slight tap by the 68 here. He barely has his back bumper, but they lock on right there, and the 54 gets sent hard into the outside wall by Alexander Rowe, and Ace Garcia was right to the outside of his teammate, and he had nowhere to go in that one. It's a tough break for Ace Garcia. Is going to fall even farther in the points after this one, and it's a tough one for who was the points leader heading into last week's race. It's been a tough couple of races so far here, and it looks like he's going to fall even farther in the points after this one. Replay this in real time, following with Nathan Stapleton, and just got clipped by Alexander Rowe in the outside wall. It's been a tough season for Nathan Stapleton. And we really haven't seen much of them yet this season, but it's still a long season for all these guys, and you can't win them all, unfortunately. Now, back in here, we saw some 4 wide on the cooldown lap. It was between Stuart Gratton, Aaron Walpole, Herja Larvin Alonso, and Jay Jefferson. We're going to see what happens here. This was at the end of the field. See Cameron Garlington in the 13 in front of these guys. Gratton tries to get to the inside of Aaron Walpole, and Alonso's there in the 40. And let's see where it happens. I think Alonso and Gratton kind of get into each other. Walpole's in there as well, and Jefferson has nowhere to go. And you see what ensues after that. And a lot of veteran drivers torn up in that one. As a matter of fact, 6 of the 7 drivers involved in those 2 crashes have prior experience in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. The only rookie involved was Nathan Stapleton in the 54, and he's not even really a rookie to Napa fan at all. So a lot of experience torn up in those crashes. A tough break for all those guys, but this is the way it is. We see a lot of cool-down crashes at Talladega sometimes, but here in California, it's not too common. But hey, the show must go on. It's John Arndt out front in the 05. Let's see what he does on the restart here at California. We are back here at the California Speedway with a prior California winner leading the field. John Arndt in the 05. Did not get the best of runs at Riverside last weekend. As a matter of fact, he finished in dead last. But he's right now in the first position, leading the field of the restart here at California. Right behind him, Zachary Fitzwater in the 9, going for his 2nd win of the season. Julio Cesar going for his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. Diego Yepez going for his first career Napa fan win. As a matter of fact, I don't believe Julio Cesar's ever won before a Napa fan either, so both of those guys going for win number 1. Then you got Jordan Carter, Cody Sill, Patrick Smith, Tristan Allen, Ryan Madden, Jonathan Wong in the top 10. Back to racing here at California, lap 8 of 40. The 05 of John Arndt holding on to the lead. Zachary Fitzwater holding on the 2nd. Jordan Carter trying to move his way through the field. Here comes Patrick Smith in the 66 with Tristan Allen in the 2. And he's still going for win number 1 in this series. And he's got an issue. He's going to come down the pit lane. Or no, Roger Ray has an issue in the 48. And he was slowing down because of that. Oh, boy. If he stays on the apron, then we'll be good to go, but we might want to watch for that. Roger Ray obviously done for the rest of this race in that 48. He is not going to get anywhere in that damaged race car for Zidell Motorsports. Zachary Fitzwater to the inside of John Arndt for the lead. And Fitzwater, man, I was about to say earlier that he won the, I guess you can say, last race of the 2014, the DR34 DG38 era. That was, you know, when I tried to do the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at the end of 2014, but then I ended up stopping. He won the last race, and that was held right here at California. So Fitzwater's done it before, technically, but not officially. So he'd like to get an official California win here and get his 8th career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win as well, and break the tie with Caleb Hoffman as the all-time winningest driver in this series. And not only will he might be, that did not sound right. Not only may he be the all-time winningest driver in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but no question, I believe he's the all-time winningest driver in NR 2003 history. So, seeing a lot of Zachary Fitzwater, he is a legend, and he's got a great season going for him. Got the Daytona 500 win, and here he is leading the field here at California. See all the smoke there? I think that was from Roger Ray's machine. Here comes Diego Yepez in the 32, I should say. He's to the inside of Cody Sill. Now, Cody Sill is only 3 points behind Brad Stover coming into this race, and he's doing pretty good out there. Cody Sill has been flawless this season in that 37, and definitely one of the better veterans so far this season. Sophomore year driver here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and right now in the top 3, trying to hold on to a good finishing position and possibly take the points lead at the end of this race. But Cody Sill's been quiet as well. Hasn't really contended for the win, but he's been in the top 10 pretty much every race so far this season. So definitely watch out for Cody Sill possibly getting the championship this season. He might just do it in that 37. John Arndt to the inside of Ryan Madden. Madden on the outside, trying to get something to stick up there. Not able to do so. Here comes Christian Vargas in the 06. He's had a tough season as a rookie so far, but he's got a good run going for him right now with Jonathan Wong right behind him. Got Patrick Smith, and how about John Stewart in the 04, the Las Vegas winner. Has moved his way through the field very well in this one. Garrett Sinor moving his way up front. William Brock, Michael Canto, Season 4 Napa Auto Parts 400 winner. Alex Bonsignor, you got Trey Bartow, Matt Dalio right back in here as well. A little bit of a gap between those guys and this little pack right here, but still, a lot can happen between now and the finish. Another caution could easily bunch these guys back up, and we got a pass for the lead. American Motorsports, they're going for their first win of the season. Their driver this season has definitely been Diego Yepez, the most consistent of the three between Aaron Walpole and Garrett Sinor, and 32's out front right now, leading at California, going for his first career Napa fan win. Zachary Fitzwater lost it to him. Cody Sills still running in the third position with John Art trying to hold on here in the 05. Trying to beat off the 06 and clear him for the fourth position. Julio Caesar to the inside of Garrett Sinor for 11th. Caesar's going to take that place. The 85 of Ryan Madden having a strong night in the 85. Of course. I do that a lot where I say the number twice. Alex Bonsignor to 97, also an uncharted driver having a strong night. And you got to think, the 85 and the 97, I believe they are the only two drivers in the field who have won this race before. Pretty sure. Season 1 was won by Diego Stevenson. I can't remember seasons 2 and 3, and I should, but I don't. I think Jacob Reed won one of those, and he's not around anymore, and forget who won season 3, but that season was kind of all over the place. So if I'm not mistaken, the only two uncharted drivers in this race are the only two defending winners of this race. So a very interesting stat there with Ryan Madden and Alex Bonsignor qualifying their way in. Looking to get another California win. They might very well do so. They're still in the top 10, but it has a green flag look to it now, and there's not much passing going on up front right now in this race. So they might want to try to work their way up a little bit farther, closer to the front of the field if they're going to have a chance at this one. But we still are not even halfway through this race yet, so a lot can happen between now and the finish. Fitzwater got a really good run up there. And he's going to try to cross over to the inside of Diego Yepez, and he's going to do so. So Fitzwater got the draft and had a pretty late decision to move down to the inside, but he's going to make it stick. And a new leader here at California, it's Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9. Cody Sill, how about Jonathan Wong and Christian Vargas, his teammate John Stewart's right behind him. Stewart's already got a victory this season. And behind those guys, it's the 85 of Ryan Madden, side by side with John Art. How about Trey Bartow moving his way through the field in the number 4? That team's had a tough season so far, but they're looking to change things up here. And our pole sitter's here as well. The 33 of Matthew Phillips, just outside the top 10. Closing in a little bit up front, but Fitzwater able to keep the 37 behind him. Jonathan Wong for Tanker Motorsports. His teammate Richard Kinghart has a win this season. He once won himself in that number 39 machine, and he's going to try to get to the inside of Cody Sill. Not able to do so. A lot of shuffling going on back here. And here come the uncharted drivers. Alex Bonsignor, Ryan Madden. They're the only two drivers in the field who have tasted victory at this place in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and their experience is showing here. Ryan Madden holding on right now to the 6th position as Bonsignor moves up to 7th, and they're starting to come here. How about Matt Dalio in the 79? He's a teammate to Alex Bonsignor, and NRLOA Motorsports in general, they haven't had the best of seasons so far in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but they're trying to get something done with their uncharted driver, Alex Bonsignor. We're just going to have to see what he can do here as this race goes along. Like I said, not even halfway through, and we're going to get some green flag pit stops here shortly. I thought they were going to come down that time, but apparently Zachary Fitzwater just went wide through the corner. Here comes Jonathan Wong in the 39, and I think that 39 led lap number 18, and he in fact did, just edged out the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. Christian Vargas right behind these guys. Don't count out Diego Yepez. He's a pretty consistent driver, especially this season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He's been ultra consistent, and you might want to watch out for him later on in the season. Has a very good chance of making the chase from what we've been able to see out of him so far, and he's been the face of American Motorsports so far. He's done a great job for that team, and we'll see if he can do a great job on the pit lane They're going to come down. Zachary Fitzwater, Jonathan Wong, and a boatload of drivers coming down the pit lane. Just before halfway here at California, we're going to have one more set of stops in this race after this one. And we got these guys who have already come down the pit lane back in here. So these guys might be at an advantage. They got the fresher tires. They might be able to get around the rest of the field here. We're just going to have to see. Cody Sill, Matthew Phillips, they stayed out along with Brad Stover, Matthew Phillips' teammate and the points leader to this series. He's right now third, but all three of these guys still have to come down the pit lane for the second time. And they will. So Cody Sill, Matthew Phillips, they're going to bring the rest of the field down. Here's John Art, and Garrett Sinor got a really good run off the pit lane. He's right with the 05. We'll see where these guys fall in relation to the rest of the field. They're all coming off the pit lane here. Oh, you might want to watch for double wide off the pit lane. Looks like Dalio will surpass the 97. But it's Fitzwater who won the race off. And it's looking like he's going to have a pretty significant lead here. But the thing is, drafting is very key at this racetrack. It's a 2-mile racetrack, and we get some high speeds here at California. And if that 9's all by himself, he's probably not going to stay that way for long. Here comes Garrett Sinor to the outside of his teammate, Diego Yepez. And Sinor trying to get that run on the outside, and he's going to do so. And if I'm Yepez, I'd help your teammate there and get up to the front, because Fitzwater a little ways ahead of these guys. And you don't even see Garrett Sinor in your screen when we were showing that number 9. Cody Sill got a pretty good run off the pit lane. We'll see where he comes out in relation to everybody else. And this 37 might contend for the lead right here. Fantastic pit stop by the Blue Angels 37. He's not going to beat out the 9, but he's going to merge with the rest of these guys and possibly contend for this win. How about some of the veterans in this lead pack here? You got John Art in the 05. He's been up front for a lot of this race, but Nicholas Samadio's up here in the 24. He's also won a Turkey Hill Series race here at California, along with John Art. He won the Season 2 California race here. And, of course, you got Matt Dalio up here as well. But how can you count out this guy? Garrett Sinor in the 38 up to second. The veterans are looking pretty strong right now. As a matter of fact, the top 5 are all veterans here at California. And the experience is showing. Michael Canto, the highest rookie. Only Canto and Yepez are the only rookies in this lead pack right now. That did not sound correct, I know. But still, you get the idea. Michael Canto, Diego Yepez, they're the best rookies so far in this race. This is the second pack right here. They're led by John Stewart. They got Cameron Garlington in this pack as well in the 13. He's had a tough season. He's got his teammate right behind him with Brad Stover in the 99. Blaine Keys. And we got this 26 and the 39 here as well. Isaac Nichols, Luke Rainey, Matthew Phillips, William Brock. A lot more rookies in that second pack than there are in the first pack. But one of these veterans is an uncharted driver by the name of Alex Bonsignor. And he is moving his way to the front. How about this top 5? Zachary Fitzwater, Alex Bonsignor, Garrett Sinor, Nicholas Samadio, and it's about to be Matt Dalio for 5th. As he moves to the inside of Richard Kinghorn and Cody Sill, the least experienced guy is Alex Bonsignor of that top 5, and he's the only guy who has ever won here at California. So, quite an impressive top 5 right now here at the California Speedway, and they're all led by Zachary Fitzwater, the Daytona 500 champion, but it might not stay that way for long. Bonsignor trying to close in, not able to do so, and Fitzwater will remain out front. But how about all these veterans? The rookies have done a very good job this season, especially in qualifying. The rookies have excelled, and they've been up front in a lot of these races, but it's the first time this season where we've seen this amount of veteran drivers leading the field here in a race. And the interesting thing is, they're all kind of single file right now. They're playing it pretty safe in this pack, and why not? You know, you got another pit stop left in this race. Of course, Alex Bonsignor didn't hear me just say that, so he's going to go to the inside and take the lead in the number 97. So it's Alex Bonsignor now out front here at California. Lap 25 of 40 going to the 97. An uncharted driver, by the way. And Alex Bonsignor is looking to become the first uncharted driver to win a race this season. And here they go. They're going to swarm Zachary Fitzwater. Matt Dalio trying to get to the inside of him here. Richard Kinghart, he's also won a race this season. He'd like to get number 2 on the year. Got the win in Atlanta, and here he is 3 wide to the inside of Diego Yepez and Zachary Fitzwater for the lead. Garrett Zenor in the 38 to the inside of Alex Bonsignor, and Dalio's got a great draft on these guys. He's going to close in for first place. I might be a little biased, but I love these guys. I really do. These guys, they have been around since the start, especially Zenor and Dalio. And I just love seeing them race up front here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Absolutely love it. And like I said, I don't hate the rookies, but I love the veterans. These have been some of the best supporters of this channel, and they've had a tough season so far, especially Dalio and Zenor. They have not had much going for them. Well, there goes the 79 to the lead. Matt Dalio out front here at California. And this is going to be his first lap led all season long, so a long time coming for Dalio so far this season. John Arndt has moved his way up to 4th, another veteran, driving the 05 for Trailblazer Motorsports, and he's got a good run going for him right now as well. But let's not count out these guys. Like I said, I don't hate the rookies, and these rookies are talented. Michael Canto and Diego Yepez, they are looking strong here in this one. I believe Zachary Fitzwater might have come down the pit lane. I don't see him in the lead draft anymore. He's fallen back tremendously in the number 9. Something amiss on the Beast Racing number 9 possibly. He is a lot slower than we thought he was. So this lead pack is a lot smaller now. It's Garrett Zenor taking the lead away from Matt Dalio. Thing is, 32, Diego Yepez has his teammate out front, and I'm wondering if his teammate's going to let him some slack here, because with the exception of Michael Canto, he's the only rookie in this lead pack, and he's doing an impressive job. You got to give a lot of kudos to this guy, racing with these legends, and he is definitely showing what he's made of. He's done a fantastic job this season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and he's pushing John Arndt to 2nd, trying to get to the inside of him. American Motorsports trying to go 1-2. Their other driver, Aaron Walpole, crashed out from earlier on in the race, and as you can see, he finished deep in the field, and he's looking to possibly get something to work out here with Garrett Zenor and possibly get this win. But Garrett Zenor is pulling away from the rest of these guys because these guys are battling so hard for 2nd place right now that they're slowing themselves down. John Arndt trying to get a run on the outside of Diego Yepez. That is for 2nd. Michael Canto in the 15 also doing a fantastic job today, and then the Quintero Racing Incorporated machine. Nicholas Amadio, haven't really seen much of him so far, up front at least, but he's got a good chance in the Zidell Motorsports 24 machine. It's been the other 2 guys for the team that have definitely shined this season with Roger Ray and Andrew Miller, but Sam Amadio now getting the chance to shine here at the California Speedway. But it's still Garrett Zenor out front, but his teammate, Diego Yepez, is right behind him. And Yepez is a very tenacious race car driver, and I have a feeling he's going to come home with the victory in this one. I just have that feeling. But we're just going to have to see. We got one more set of pit stops left. We got less than 10 laps to go. And I think what these guys are thinking of right now is how am I going to do these pit stops. Now, here's a very interesting thing. You got Cody Sill, only 2 positions ahead of now Brad Stover, who's in 9th. And the way this one's looking, looks like Stover's going to hold on to the points lead, but barely ahead of the 37. Cody Sill comes into this race only 3 points behind the 99. And right now, he's only 2 positions ahead of him. But they're both in the top 10, so it's going to be very interesting to see who comes home with the points lead at the end of the day. And here we go. Final set of green flag pit stops here at California. And Garrett Zenor trying to gain an advantage by coming down before everybody else. And that's how he got to the lead pack. It was that first set of green flag pit stops where he came down before the rest of the field, and he had a lot of momentum and was able to surpass Zachary Fitzwater for the lead. He's trying to do the same and lock this win. But right now it's 2 rookies out front, with Diego Yepez and Michael Canto, but Matt Dalio's not having any of that. He's going to go 3 wide for the lead here. Try to get that inside lane so he can come down the pit lane cleanly. Lap 33 of 40. And I'd expect a lot of these guys to come down now, but Dalio wants to keep in a battle for the lead. Bonsignor, Sam Amadio, and Arndt come down. And we still got a lot of guys still out there on the racetrack now. If a caution comes out, that's going to majorly shake things up. And it's going to be interesting to see how it'll all shake out if a caution were to come out during his green flag pit stops. A lot of crazy things can happen if a caution comes out during a green flag set of pit stops. But hopefully that does not happen, and we can continue racing on to the end of this race and get a green flag finish here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400. It's been a fast race so far. We had an early caution, but we've been green since then. But this race has been entertaining. They're going to come down here. Diego Yepes, Michael Canto, Matt Delio, Cody Sill, Brad Stover staying out an extra lap here in the 99. And trying to do all he can to get as many positions as he can and hold on to the points lead. These guys coming off the pit lane. Alex Bonsignor, Nicholas Samadio. We'll see what they can do here at the finish of this one. Trying to find Garrett Sonora out there. There he is in the 38. But he's a lap down right now because the 99 of Brad Stover has essentially lapped everybody in the field at this point. But he's going to have to come down this time. And Sonora, I think he lost a little bit of ground there to the guys who came in after him. There goes Stover. And I think effectively the leader is Alex Bonsignor in the 97. And I think this is very similar to how he won this race in Season 4. Because that last set of pit stops, he got a very huge lead on the rest of the field. We'll see where he comes out in relation to everybody else. Yepes got out ahead of Matt Delio, but Bonsignor is saying goodbye. And this will be a race between Alex Bonsignor and Nicholas Samadio in the 24. Garrett Sonora might have a chance if he can hook up with Diego Yepes, but it's going to be 5 laps to go this time. And you see Nicholas Samadio right on the back bumper of the 97. So here we go. 2 veterans to battle it out for the NAPA Auto Parts 400. And there goes the 24 to the inside for first place with 5 laps to go. They just passed Brad Stover. He was the leader that last lap, but this is now for the lead here at California. And the 24 to the inside. How about Nicholas Samadio? Kept it quiet all race long up to this point. Well, now he's out front in the Zidell Motorsports 24. Trying to get Zidell Motorsports their first win of the season. Don't look now. Here comes Garrett Sonora and Matt Delio. They might have a shot as well. And you can't count out the rookie of Diego Yepes. He's a great driver going for his first career win. All these guys ahead of him. The lowest guy is 7 wins with Alex Bonsignor. Garrett Sonora's got 19 wins. Matt Delio has 16 wins. Nicholas Samadio's got 12. Diego Yepes wants number 1 here today. And he might help these guys out so they can close in on our 2 leaders and possibly get this win. They're 2 seconds behind right now. And we got 3.5 laps to go. I saw a little bit of smoke there possibly, but I think we're good to go. And the green flag should still be out. And it is. So that's good there. 3 laps to go for Nicholas Samadio in the 24. He won the Season 2 Daytona 500 in the most thrilling of finishes we have ever seen in this series. And he'd love to get another Chick-fil-A Cup Series win here today. Trying to remember how many he's won before, and I can't quite remember. But I do know his last win came at Pocono in Season number 5. He did not race in Season number 6. Went on a little hiatus last season. But he's back in action full-time for this new Zidell Motorsports team. The veteran of the team, looking to get the win here at California. Trying to hold off Alex Bonsignor. But the 97 to the inside. They're side by side for the lead. Will Delio, Yepes, and Sonora close in any? They did not close in at all that last lap. So I think that's going to do it for the rest of the field. It'll be the 97 or the 24 in this one, only unless Matthew Phillips holds up these guys. This is going to be interesting. 1.5 laps to go on the NAPA Auto Parts 400. Alex Bonsignor leads the field in the 97. Nicholas Samadio back to the inside as Bonsignor runs it up the racetrack. They're side by side coming to the white flag here at California. Bonsignor's going to hold on to the lead, but Samadio trying to draft him, heading into turn 1. The 24 would love a victory, a full-time driver in this series, but Alex Bonsignor would love to win this race again as an unchartered driver. Can he get to the inside of Matthew Phillips and possibly seal the deal on the 24? Phillips on the outside lane, Samadio trying to close in. But I just don't see it happening. So Samadio's not going to get there. And our first uncharted driver to win this season, and he's won this race before. Alex Bonsignor wins here at California in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for the second time in his career. And for the second time in his career, he has won this race as an uncharted driver. How about that for the 97 of Alex Bonsignor? Another win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but he's not even racing for points in this series. Yet he still gets the victory here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400. And another fun fact, 3 out of the last 4 times this race has been won by an uncharted driver. Last season, it was won by Eric Almenhard, who was an uncharted driver as well. But this season, it's Alex Bonsignor in the 97, able to play the pit strategy perfectly, get out front, and hold off Nicholas Samadeo for the win in the 5th race of the season. And how about that for the 97 Mellow Yellow Dodge? NRLOA Motorsports grabs their first win of the season, and it comes here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400 at California. We went caution-free for quite a while in this one. But it was a pretty good and normal race, and I like that when we get a pretty good and normal race. And is Alex Bonsignor with the victory here at California with Nicholas Samadeo, Diego Yepes, Garrett Senor, Matt Dallio, Tristan Allen, Michael Canto, John Art, Brad Stover, finished ahead of Cody Sills. Stover will remain the points leader at the end of the day. But one guy who's going to move his way up is Diego Yepes in the 32. I think he was 6th coming into this race, and he got a 3rd place finish here. Very strong run. He never really led in this race. I think he led a couple laps, but still, great finish by the rookie driver, highest rookie in the field. Garrett Senor, Matt Dallio, great runs for those guys after they started off their seasons pretty poorly. Same with John Arnott in the 05, top 10 finishes for all those guys. And even Trey Barcho in the number 4, he did a pretty solid job today as well on that number 4 machine, finishing 12th after he had a pretty tough season up to this point. And even William Brock, he was last in the points of all the full-time guys coming into this race, 16th for him in the number 88, not too bad at all. And take a look at the rest of the results, and all those guys. Juan Garcia had an issue. We did not notice it there. And Roger Ray, of course, we saw the issue he had, saying that he was involved in an accident, but I do believe he blew an engine. So the 48 with an issue. Jake Jefferson, Aaron Walpole, Stuart Gratton, and Herjo Larvin Alonso all crashed on the cool-down lap under that one caution we had that involved Ace Garcia, Nathan Stapleton, and Alexander Rowe. So we only had one caution, but by the looks of it, we might have had more if you weren't paying attention. But only one caution in this race. A lot of green flag racing here today at California, and the win goes to the veteran driver of Alex Bonsignor, who was actually making his first start of the season as a hot seat driver, but he definitely showed his stuff here today, and he knows this place, guys. This is his place. Just put him in an uncharted ride here at California in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and he's gonna win. Just like that. His 8th career Chick-fil-A Cup Series, or 8th career Napa fan win, I should say. Not 8th career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. Only Zachary Fitzwater will be allowed to say that the next time he wins. But Alex Bonsignor, the winner here at California, holding up Nicholas Samadeo. And great run for Samadeo as well. Another guy who was deep in the points coming into this race with a solid finish. Sure, he'd love to get the win, but hey, what can you do? 2nd place is definitely a huge improvement from the rest of the season so far for that veteran driver. Well, anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Next weekend we head to Martinsville, the paperclip for the STP 500. That'll be a fun race there. First time we've been there since Season 5, and it's going to be a crazy weekend as well. We got the Turkey Hill Series at South Boston. That'll be a great one, too. And it's a lot of great racing next weekend. A lot of short track racing next weekend here on Napa Fans and the NRLOA channel. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Alex Bonsignor, your winner here at California for the 2nd time in his career. And here are the point standings for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Season number 7. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.